Namaste and welcome to the Jyotishi YouTube channel. Today we are going to be talking about Mahashivratri and its importance as it is upcoming on the 11th of March. So Anand will essentially talk about how what is the importance of a linga and why it is important to stay up all night and its relationship with the fifth house in astrology. So 11th of March is Mahashivratri, right?
Yes.
And Shiva is known both for a form and formless, right? Shall we go from understanding what the form of Shiva means to the formless?
There are many explanations about Shiva, and this shloka beautifully describes the essence of Shiva. That is Shivam, Shantam, Advaitam, Chadurtham. So, Shiva, a formless, composed, uh, Advaitam, not dual, and it is Chadurtham, the fourth essence that we talked about. So we talked in our own video where there are three states, and the fourth state is called Turiya. So that state of existence is primarily called as Shiva, and this shloka beautifully sort of explains that. And it is Shiva is also talked about as Saguna Nirguna, means without gunas, with all the gunas as well. Then it is also talked about as formless. Natasya pratima asti. So without any pratima, so without any form. So Shiva, from that perspective, it is sort of a complete God from that perspective. That is what we sort of think about Shiva as this.
Okay. So, what is so special about Mahashivratri and why is Lord Shiva worshipped on that particular day?
So we have in a year about 12 Shivratris. So every Chaturdashi, that is the 14th day of Krishna Paksha, we have something called as Shivratri which happens. There are 12 and 13 depending on the movement. There are 12 Chaturdashis in a year, and Chaturdashi means the 14th day of the relationship between the sun and the moon. So it's called Chaturdashi Tithi, and it is lauded by Jwala Malini. So there is a sloka Jwala Malini Shipta Vahani Prahkara Madhyama. So that transformation state leading to Amavasya or a new moon, that particular day is called the Chaturdashi. And out of those Chaturdashis, the Chaturdashi which comes in the month of Magha and Falguna, so between them is primarily called the Mahashivratri. So it is the day of, it is a special day wherein it is believed that there is an intensity of spiritual energy, and it is up to us to sort of grab those spiritual energies. So there are various legends behind this particular thing. So one of those legends is the cosmic dance of Shiva happened in this particular day. So the cosmic dance of Shiva and Shakti, so that is what do you call the two flavors that we have, that is Tandava and Lasya. That particular dance happened this particular day on Shivratri, and hence we celebrate Shivratri kind of a thing. There is also a belief that Shiva married Parvati, Devi Parvati, on this particular day, and hence we sort of celebrate this particular day as Shivratri. So the Brahma and Vishnu had a sort of conflict to figure out who was the greatest, as per Shiv Puran, who was the greatest among among the gods, and then that's the story of Shivlinga.
Right.
So Brahma goes to the
One extreme.
one extreme, and Vishnu goes to the other extreme, but they couldn't locate
Extremities.
the extremities,
Yeah.
and hence it is a portrayal of Shivlinga. So that is also a sort of a reason why we celebrate Shivratri. Then there are many other stories like Bilva hunter, gives flowers. Bilva
Made
leaves
with a
onto the,
number.
yes, and then Shiva appears and then
Right.
grants his boon and all that. Another legend talks about Shiva's appearance to destroy evil from this world. So that is also a story related to Shivratri. So there are multiple stories why we celebrate Shivratri. The most important factor here is Shiva represents Vishuddhi chakra. So the chakra, the throat chakra, and Vishuddhi from that perspective is so. For example, Nama Shivaya, it's a 5 aksharas, Panchakshari mantra. So similarly, Vishuddhi chakra is the 5th chakra. Your 5th element, it talks about the ether element, so Narayana. So Vishuddhi chakra also, so there is a belief that there is nectar which flows every day from the so this is called the thyroid, and that is a pineal gland. So from there the nectar of immortality every day flows onto your system, and that it is believed that that system cleans up your body and it prevents degeneration. So the throat chakra is also responsible for your creativity. So hence the relationship to the 5th house. 5th house of creativity, 5th house of children, 5th house of emotions, 5th house of dance. So that is why Natya, the 2 flavors, the Lasya and the Tandava flavor that Shiva brings out. And it is also believed that the relationship chakra, because it is the chakra of communication. So the more communication, the more emotions into it, and the more better the relationship. And it also involves the cleaning up of the system. So this symbolism wherein the Neelakantha, where Shiva is known as Neelakantha and the halahal is stopped in the throat chakra, it is a symbolic representation of purification of the system in terms of the nectar of immortality flowing onto your system. So from that perspective, the energies that rise through Ida and Pingala, that is the male and the female energy, which is coming out of the Shushumna, and the rise of that energy is supposed to be the highest from a historical perspective on a Shivaratri, on the darkest night of the year. Okay. So this is supposed to be the darkest night of the year, and that is why it's called Mahashivaratri. And hence this Vishuddhi chakra is activated, is the probability of this Vishuddhi chakra being activated and leading us to the state of Shiva or the Turiya is extremely high at this particular stage. So that's why it's said that on a Shivaratri night, it is advisable to sit straight. And so sit straight indirectly or directly means do not sleep. And hence it becomes a Ratri. Right. So a Ratri of sitting straight and then enjoying the Natya, enjoying the dance. So from that perspective, it is a very symbolic day for Sanatana Dharmis.
Okay. So apart from staying up all night, what are the other things? One is maybe another thing could be chanting the Panchakshari, right?
Yes.
Om Namah Shivaya.
Yes. So we are activating our 5th house of emotions, 5th house of interest, 5th house of passion, and so Panchakshari is the best thing, and Panchakshari to be chanted 1008 times over the period of Shivaratri is supposed to be the best thing to do.
Okay.
So because our Vishuddhi chakra is getting activated, or we are trying to activate that particular chakra on that particular day.
Okay.
And the probability of that chakra being activated on that particular day, as per so it is believed Adi yogis and other yogis sort of activated and then got into this state on that particular day. So it is the best day to kind of activate that with an Om Namah Shivaya mantra.
Okay. Okay. And what are the other things from an astrology perspective that one can do to go move more towards the spiritual direction?
Yes. So 5th house is the house of mantras.
Right.
So everything is 5 here. The space is 5. The ether component is 5. Your Namah Shivaya is 5 letters, and Vishuddhi is the 5th chakra. Right. So everything is 5. So you are sort of activating the 5th house.
Okay.
So 5th house of mantras. So 5th house of mantras. Ideally, if you want mantra siddhi, first leading to mantra shuddhi, which leads to mantra siddhi.
Okay.
So if you want mantra siddhi, 5th lord in the 8th house or 5th lord in the 12th house is considered to be very, very good. From that perspective. So your involvement to bring that mantra siddhi on that particular day, leading to your activation of Vishuddhi chakra is a fantastic thing to do on a Shivaratri.
Okay. So for to put it very simply, I think one should essentially chant Om Namah
Yes.
Shivaya,
Yes.
and try to stay up all night. Is
Yes.
it important? Is it
Stay,
mandatory?
vertical.
Is it mandatory to stay up all night, or is it not?
Ideally good.
Okay.
So if you, it depends on the intensity of your bhakti, fifth house of bhakti, intensity of bhakti, and fifth house of mantra chanting. So intensity of bhakti and then mantra chanting. So it is the day where there is a probability of exploring some other dimension. So any person who is reasonably what do you call inquisitive, any youth, any old person who is reasonably interested in this particular line should try and explore, because their brain will tell them, why not explore this, because it is the day of activation, and let us try and figure out if something is happening, kind of a thing, because the other 364 days,
Yes.
these are all normal sort of
Right.
days, so why not explore something different?
Okay. Okay. So this is more significance of Shivratri, right?
Yes.
And shall we also maybe understand Shiva both? So you spoke about Shiva as Pratima, right?
Yes.
But Shiva, Lord Shiva, is never worshipped as Pratima.
Yes.
He's always worshipped as a linga.
Yes.
What is the significance of the linga in from this perspective?
Yes, so it directly relates to this Brahma and Vishnu story, where there is no beginning, there is no end,
Yes.
and hence it is represented as a linga, which is just a source of light. So Shiva linga, linga symbol of Shiva, of absolute consciousness. So it is just a source of life, wherein the representation is a source of life, and there is a coiled serpent which indicates our energy levels, an energy invocation. So the serpent is again a symbolic representation, wherein the three-petaled coil sort of gets activated, provided we are intensely devotional towards Shiva.
Okay.
So that source of light is indicated as a Shivalinga, and then we worship Shiva from that perspective. So more than a human kind of a form, it is more to do with
Linga form.
the source of light, that state of consciousness, the Turiya, the state which is called as a Shiva.
So, like Anand mentioned, chanting the Panchakshari mantra, which is Om Namah Shivaya, will be really helpful on this day, on Mahashivratri. And it's also related to the fifth house, so the house of creativity, right? So, anything related to that will also be enhanced on this particular day. So, it is a day where the spiritual energy is very high, like Anand mentioned. So, if you are if you are looking at walking that path, it is recommended that we chant the Panchakshari mantra 1008 times. Thank you for watching the Jyotishi YouTube channel.